at Lewis Hamilton, Charlie Clerk, and my Tory friend Lando Norris. So, where are we going?
Do you need an invite?
I think I should be okay.
Right.
I should be okay. We should be able to get going fairly quickly. We are recording, so you might as well talk us. It's going to be like a radio broadcast at this point. What's going on?
Well, it's been quite a clean restart, apart from one person who was potentially not a favourite, but he was up there for some good points. Coxey's Span. I don't think he's got any front wing damage, but he's down now in P18. Darry, P90. I don't think even Darry caught up to the train. Or you think he pit again, which is confusing me, but Joom still leads on the hard compound tires, which is a bit confusing because I don't know how Joom's ended up in the lead somehow, but he's made it there.
How has Joom ended up in the lead? I'm so lost. He definitely wasn't in the lead before.
On the safety car restart, he was just in the lead. I don't know how that's happened, but Cross Liam is in second and Scream's in third. Got Chris in fourth, who is overtaking Scream now on the medium tyres, got much more speed as you were on about the time penalties. Chill has now picked up a time penalty as Coxey's retired, and then we've got another safety car.
Wow, okay.
I think it's the pit lane again. I think that's why we've seen 3 retirements, 1 in the sprint race and 2 in the actual race.
Yeah, I mean, Darry, you've got away with it. You're back in the game. And this is a nightmare. I'll tell you who this is actually a little bit of a nightmare for. It's not massive. Joom and anyone on those hard compounds, you want the laps to wear out those mediums. You really do. So the fact they can have a breather, and also they're harder to warm up. Under this particular, it's another couple of laps where they're only going to get cold, and they won't have even fully warmed up, I don't think. From the little action that they've had, just basically a whole one lap, they won't have been up to temperature. They're going to be even colder than they could have been.
Yeah, it's just an interesting restart because obviously we're having issues with the stream and all sorts, but it was just the actual grid order towards the front end confused me because I thought Hume was behind Killer when they're pitting. He's gone, Killer's down in P7 and Hume's up in P1. So I'm not too sure what's happened. We've got a pitter there of Scream. What? Scream and I know that we're working together in the race, but they seem to be doing the same strategies each of us to pit on the same lap.
That is absolutely one of the most bizarre decisions I think I've ever seen.
Maybe wing damage or no? Just going into the soft. I am confused.
No, I mean, the one thing that they should have probably realised. Mate, let's see. Maybe I'm wrong, but surely they could have thought, well, we know that the softs at the end of their stint, which was about the same as what this stint is going to be, they weren't catching them. They weren't, Liam and Rick were staying, but they weren't trying to fly past them.
I'm just surprised. I'm just confused what happened with Darry on the restart. I think he pit when the safety car was coming in because he had a lap fresher tyres than RJ and I think it was Larkin. They pit at the same time, but yeah, Darry's done 3 stops this race, so I'm not sure what he did unless he maybe picked up a bit of damage going to the back of someone, but he didn't get a 5-second penalty, so it's very confusing here. But we've got a very mixed up grid. We've now got Lifebout, Scream and Toby, who've probably been the 3 quickest in my opinion this race, down in P13, 14 and 15. I'm just not sure.
Well, do you know what's really interesting is MCR and Joom are pretty good friends. MCR won the sprint race and he had a nightmare feature race and he felt pretty bad at the end of it. He'll be watching Joom, his compatriot and friend, potentially pick up a win here in D2, and that would really help Joom in the push for a title. Can he do it?
We've got another pitter under safety car. It's Lifebout. What is going on at this point?
I mean, D-Morts has managed to work his way up to 12th after being about 30 seconds behind the rest of the grid in 19th. And he's overtaken 7 people and a safety car.
Yeah, and there's also two people in the same position, to be honest. AJU and IRT Enos. I've not seen them this race, I'm pretty sure. And they're up in P6 and P7.
I mean, Ennis had an early spin, I think. I think he was at the back. How is he ahead of Adamako? I'm not 100% sure this is... I feel like this is like a memory test, because I can't even work out how Doom's in first. I can't work out... Ennis, the only time I've seen him was at the back. And somehow we're talking about Tope and Scream in 13th and 14th. I'm not entirely sure this isn't just randomly generating an order every lap and we're just not noticing.
Yeah, I'm just completely confused there, but I just don't understand Lifebout's decision. Obviously had slightly more older tyres, but he'd done barely anything as Chills spun under safety car.
I mean, this is heritage. Let's ride on board. This is absolute heritage.
So we've got some illegal overtakes going on, I think, because they're trying to let each other through.
Yeah, because it would have been because of Chill, I think, and may cause chaos. I was going to say,
yeah,
expect to see.
It's removable.
It is, but I mean, judging by some of the comments, I suspect that probably just will be the penalty he'll get anyway. Not very happy, as June will get us underway. It's just a question of when. He's looking very racy already, and he has indeed gone. He is pushing, and here we go. Cross Liam has stayed incredibly well with him, and he may just slip him down here. I'm surprised June doesn't defend the inside. It wouldn't have been any good because Liam is already gone. Well, you were fine, Liam. If you were worried about overtaking before the start finish, you did it way after. If the game has messed him there, I feel awful for him, because that was really good moving. Now that could be the difference between a win and not a win, and June has been given a second chance of it, and he probably didn't really deserve it. As Darry is past Chill, we've got Scream and Demorts. Oh, they're going side by side. Are they going to back out? Bets on no. Are they going to survive? Yes, they do, and it is the Scream who gets himself ahead of Demorts. And most importantly, a gap to his strategy bestie, Tope.
Yeah, you've got to say that Cross Liam has just been hard done by the games. Surely he's got like an illegal overtake there, because why would you back out? He's overtook him halfway down the straight, but
yeah, it's way past the safety car line. So, it's the frustrations. Lifebout, who I said was keeping himself out of trouble, and until he wasn't. There's Tope now, and Larkin going side by side. Sorry, not Tope and Larkin. It was Tope and Demorts, I believe, actually. And Demorts is just kind of maintaining this lead over the other two as Larkin sends it on the inside. Yeah, and those marbles are real, aren't they? They really are. As Larkin is now pushing away, and Demorts will be very keen to get past Lifebout, obviously.
We've got to say, I think Cross Liam is going to be a bit upset at the game, maybe if he's got like an illegal overtake, because Yoon just seems to be so much faster than him. He's on a harder compounder tyre. The tyres are still relatively fresh, so the mediums will be favoured. And Yoon's just pulling away. He's nearly got the second gap already. Liam's having to use a lot of his ERS, but so has June, to be fair. June's already down to 27%, and we didn't see that at China when he was leading. He was very conservative as the RS enabled now, which might give Liam the ability to keep up now more easily.
Well, Liam will see that blink. He will have seen the blink because it went under 10%, and he'll be thinking, if I can just hold on here. But it's only going to get harder, realistically. At some point, those hards will be the better tyre. I don't think we're anywhere approaching that yet. But as the Scream is the lead soft runner, as Jaco and Alex the G are going at it. And that's a big send there from the Scream on Jaco. It does work. The legality of it is an interesting one, as Larkin now is trying to quite literally stick his nose in. Oh, Jaco has run wide, and Larkin's going to potentially, I was going to say get them both, but he doesn't. Oh, I thought I saw some movements there, but I thought someone went off, but completely misread it. Larkin now up to 11th. Is he about to salvage something from what has been a horrible couple of races? And now Ellison, AJU are just absolutely fine. I haven't seen them do anything this race, and I don't mean that disrespectfully. It's just they haven't. Great stuff from them. As Ennis now overtakes AJU, and yeah, great stuff from the grid here. It's really going to be down to I mean, Jume's literally got nothing left, and this is just turning into a bit of a failed gamble from Jume potentially. He needs to think about what he's going to do in the last few laps, because at this rate he could be mincemeat potentially from Chris more so than even Cross Liam.
Yeah, also Killer seems to be struggling to keep up as well, as he's down to only 13% ERS and had the sound glitch for 3 laps straight now, which is taking the mick a bit, you have to say, which we'll have to move on with it. But yeah, Chris says probably the only one out of the top 5 you have to say who's saves their ERS. So Rick's also out of it, Killer, Liam's pretty low on it, and then you've got Chris who's got over 50%, so I think he's sitting pretty for now, but he might want to just close up a little bit and just start putting pressure on Liam just to make him burn the rest of his battery.
This is it. And I mean, look, Topen, I mean, the Scream's doing okay, but penny for Tope's faults. He must be thinking that was a mistake. At this point, he's got the best out of those tyres, and they're only going to get worse from here. And as Chris, as Alex the G and Adamako, I don't think there was tons of space left for Adamako, and he will not be too pleased with that. And the Scream is using his overtake. He smells blood, and he might get both of the Astons, and he does. Really sensible, sharp driving. Not a place you would traditionally use ERS, of course, but ones that was a very shrewd use.
Yeah, I think Adamako this lap has just been very hard done by. Not left much room by like Alex the G forced off track, and he's just been absolutely dive bombed from miles back from Lifeout, and Lifeout's kind of just used his car to slow him down a little bit. So if I was Lifeout, I'd kind of probably let Adamako through, because he's definitely over the limit. Just can't use another car to slow yours down, but he's made the move, but he still has that time penalty, and I think that one was removable, if I'm not mistaken.
I think it might be removable, but like I say, he may be subject to other penalties, potentially. As here we go, Liam is really not far away now, and I'll tell you what, Chris will be enjoying this in particular. It's the Scream.
Yeah.
All over the back now, and he's going to use over again. It's a really unusual place to use it, but I like it. It's clever. Great move, and he gets it done. So he's working his way through the field. I mean, don't rule him out for a podium, but it's a hell of an ask.
Yeah, I think Hume's realised a bit of his mistakes there. He's burning the overtake when he had 0% left. He's scraping the barrel there to try to find every inch of power he could find. But yeah, Liam and Chris are just rapidly approaching now, and I think they're kind of saving a bit more ERS, whereas Hume is still burning. I
think Killer is not massively off the pace of these two guys. The biggest problem he has is that he's not getting any DRS. So he seems to be sticking with them, and then he's just going to lose 2-3 temps down this line, and that's causing him an issue. I tell you, the one saving grace potentially for June is that Liam can't not use Urs potentially at some point, because he's worried about Chris. So he can't be in a position to save tons, because obviously Chris could get past him. As the Scream flying along here. And Killer just losing tons of time, unfortunately. I think it's too much of an ask for the Scream to get a podium, but he may well get fourth, would be my potential, but he seems to be losing actually a little bit of time to Rick now.
But yeah, just looking back at the ERS, I think Chris is starting to burn through it a bit. He's kind of wasting it. Just using it at places where he's definitely not close enough, he's not going to commit to a move. Even if it is just 5%, you do that over a couple of laps and you're down to about 20%, so you have to be a bit more careful with that as AGU picks up a 3-second time penalty. But yeah, as you've gone back to toe up, he's gone from P14 on them fresh soft tyres down to P15 as we're seeing some action.
Larkin going side by side with Lifebout. I can tell you from history, that doesn't always end the best. But I tell you what, he's stuck it in, he's left it in. And he should be. I say that. Oh, AJU has retired. Lifebout. Yep, done. Larkin, really well done there. Up into 9th. Looking very racy. And Killer now is behind Rick.
Yeah, Rick just made the overtake down the straight. DRS, don't think he used any ERS, but it's not like he has much to use anyway, but just quite a simple DRS move down the inside into turn 1 and he's through, but Killer has remained awfully close there and could potentially even challenge him into the next turn here. He's right on the back of him. It's in the slipstream. Is he going to pull to the inside? No, he's going to sit in behind and wait for the main straight.
Liam is having company from behind, and that might mean we could get a change for the lead here potentially, because he may have to push earlier than he wants. Is he going to push? He is going to push, so here we go. He should rapidly be approaching the back of June. He's going to have to send it. They're going to go 3 wide, and there we go. June has lost 2 places now. June needs to use his thinking cap at this point and be the guy that doesn't use at this point. Cross Liam looking like he's potentially going to take a very good win. His race pace and his craft has been very sensible, whilst a lot of people lost their head around them with strategies. He is now finding himself in the lead of this race as we have a spinner of sorts. I think it may have been, I'm not entirely sure what happened there. I'm really not sure. It could have been anything actually. It could have even just been the screen running wide potentially. As Alex the G, yeah, I'm not entirely sure what that was, but I think we're going to have another change for the lead at this rate.
Yeah, just Chris out all over the back of Liam, but also Hume is right in behind there. But yeah, the yellow flag was for Darry. I think he just span around, but Scream's been a bit surprising as well. He's just not seemed to get anything. As Hume is all over the back there of Chris, he just doesn't have the ERS to fight. He's got the DRS, he's got the slipstream. Is he going to go down the entire? Is he going to sit in second? He's going to sit in for second there, but Liam's gone from first to third. I think he might slightly be regretting going for the overtake so soon.
Well, this is it, and look, I mean, this is really interesting though, because he's now got the most errors. It's chopping and changing because the person in second is being forced to use it. But think about it logically. At this point, you only need on lap 33 go and lap 32. The next lap, whoever uses it last, whoever's going to be in second, I'm predicting to win this race. Effectively, at the end of this lap, at the end of the exit of the first corner of lap 32, in essence, because it's going to be really hard to break away. But Chris is doing a decent job.
Yeah, he's just got around a 5/10 gap, which it probably won't be enough, as saying they're both on the same ERS, but Liam there is also doing a great job, just keeping him in 3/10 of June and just through the fast right hands. That's where he seems to have been quick all day long. Just where he seems to get the most time. He's got a good run. He's got more ERS. Is he going to go for the move? 'Cause I think he has to be honest. I doubt he's going to get the win from third position, especially on the final lap. But
right, there we go.
Changes.
It could be June. It really could be June.
Seen Adamako going down the inside there of Larkin.
Oh Lord!
A bit of contact, a lot of contact. Azine there trying to look to go around the outside, but just a bit aggressive there from both drivers. They're just both not willing to leave each other much room and just caused a bit of contact. And Enos is doing what he's doing all day. He's just kept his nose clean. He just seems to be gaining from it.
I think the funny thing is if they both could have seen each other's races, and I know that they both had pretty bad luck in the last few races, they'd probably be a bit kinder to each other. As June is the man, bizarrely, and I wouldn't have backed this. He does have the most errs. You've got to back him from here. This is really incredible. He's got 4 attempts. That is more than... Chris isn't doing enough, in my opinion. He's not going to have got the gap. And June, with the overtake, bang out of that corner. It's straight on. He should have enough here.
Also, Rick is within DRS range of the leaders. I know it's not close enough, but yeah, Humes can go down the inside there. Not down the inside, just a simple DRS pass for the lead.
It's the Lifebout gets past Alex the G, but this is it. Can Chris get a run? June defends. He defends fresh air in the end. I think he's really feeling the pressure here as Adam Acko losing places after places. He's obviously had an issue, but we have to stay with this now, really. June hanging on for dear life as Chill somehow sets the fastest lap of the race. Chris is pushing June round some of these corners. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I think Adam Acko's got a little bit frustrated. Has he just straight lined someone? I think he's just straight lined Larkin, because Larkin did push him off a little bit, a bit of incident there, but yeah, I think he's just straight lined him. That's shocking to see, you have to say.
Not the best, as June is going to come round, and I'll tell you what, this is a famous victory. The Spaniard wins in Barcelona, and he is going to pick up the race win as Chris is fuming as he comes over the line in second, Crossneam in third, Rick in fourth, Killer in fifth, Scream in sixth, Alex the G in seventh, Lifebout with about 5 seconds, NS in ninth, J. Cole 10th, Mortsa? Oh yeah, J. Cole had the pen. Yes. Oh god, we've got wreckages everywhere at the end. Not some very unhappy people, I suspect, as we've got Chill coming around. I mean, I don't really know what happened, but that is a very bizarre way to exit a league, as I'm pretty sure it's going to be the result. But yeah, not particularly great. I mean, poor Larkin, who has to basically stop on track because the cars are all everywhere. So yeah, what a win. I did think whoever come over that line in second, it was hard for them not to win at that point.
Yeah, you predicted it quite a few laps in advance as well. It's a great win there from June, especially after that abysmal sprint race. He was down at the back of the grid. I think he was 16th. He's ended up in first. So I am still going to have to rewatch the stream just to see how on earth he ended up in first to start with. But
yeah, it's absolutely bizarre. I mean, the top 10, we've got a Spaniard, a Bulgarian, a Brit, two Finns, a German, and and I think Lifebout is from Iraq potentially. I'm not entirely sure. I think that's the flag. But yeah, great win for June. Really helps his title credentials as well. But the Alfa Romeos will be happy with that. Picking up the most points as a team by far. They'll be picking up 33 compared to June's 25. So good result for the constructors, for them 3. Anything to add? I'm not going to do post races because I do really want to watch the boxing. So if I'm being honest, but absolutely massive congratulations to June. I imagine wouldn't join anyway, so I don't think it would be a massive thing. But yeah, any last minute thoughts from you?
yeah, I'm just still shocked at pretty much everything that's just happened, especially in the last few laps. I mean, someone gets straight lined, he's already been banned from the league within a couple minutes of it happening.
Oh.
So hopefully we can just hope for some cleaner standards next time out. So we saw quite a bit of argy-bargy, you have to say.
Not the best. Well, Adam Acko, that will be the last you'll see of him around these parts, unfortunately. But yeah, can't be having that in any league race, unfortunately. But yeah, great result. I'm really happy to see the winner, especially a Spaniard winning at the home track. That'll just be an extra 1% delicious for June. So yeah, we'll leave it with a congratulations to June, I think, in spite of it potentially feeling like there's other news as well. But yeah, that's all from us. we're going to head off. But yeah, thank you ever so much for tuning in, and yeah, we'll go from there.